So I have done something funny, silly, and outright stupid. Let me show you this. So I came across a channel, Coyote Kyle, but more specifically, a video in which they were max leveling by only travelling through the map, discovering zones. You cannot complete a quest, you cannot kill anything, and there are no dungeons allowed to be done. Nothing. Spoiler alert, it did take him about 2 weeks, I think, for the first set. I noticed they released another video in which he did the same thing but with an earthen character. Now, earthen characters, once you do unlock them, gain a 200% XP boost when exploring. This made the whole thing go way faster. He managed to do it in just over 3 hours, so I thought I'd give it a go. So, to start off this challenge, we have to get to Ogrimmar. Skip the entire starting area, don't do any quests. You can literally run straight, then you go around a corner and you just keep going. You just follow it all the way around. You get to the end, you get to pick a portal, and you go to Ogrimmar. If you're Alliance, obviously, you go to Northrend. Now, obviously, you go to Stormwind. You need to head straight to Northrend from Ogrimmar. Straight there. It's nice and easy so far. Nothing strenuous, you just move in and you go into Northrend. Now, focus on any zones that appear red, as they provide more XP. If you are 5 or more levels lower than what is required for that zone, you get more XP for exploration. It is fantastic. So go in this order: Dragonblight, Zoldrak, Storm Peaks, Ice Crown, Wintergrasp, Crystal Song Forest. Obviously, Wintergrasp is a PvP zone and doesn't allow flying, so be careful around there. You do have to do it. I had to do it, but this will get you to level 20. Already nice and easy. I think this took me no time at all. And to be fair, this was the start of me doing this, and I wasn't entirely sure what to do. This is my first run of doing this. It was so simple. Next, complete both level 30 zones for your respected faction. For Alliance, you're going to want to go to Vashir in the Twilight Highlands, and for Horde, such as myself through this playthrough, you're going to do Aldham and Mount Hyjal. This should get you to level 25, where we can then head to Draenor, and this is already going so well, right? Wrong. I had an issue. You guys might have an issue. There is an easy fix. I didn't know it. I couldn't afford the first flight path to the zone that we needed to complete, which is the Spies of Iraq. I took the portal. Couldn't afford the flight path. I needed 10 silver. You start with 1 gold. I needed 1 gold and 10 silver. Maybe for Alliance this might be cheaper, because I don't know if you're closer. I don't know if that makes any difference. Sufficient it is. We're not allowed to kill anything. We're not allowed any dungeons. We're not allowed to do a quest. So I learnt fishing. I sat and fished. I sold the fish. We can travel. I wasted some time, not a lot of time. Truthfully, I'm not aiming to beat his time. I just want to see how easy it is for a noob to complete this. So, we're now at the Spies of Iraq. Travel it all. Spies of Iraq to Nagrand, to Frostfire Ridge, Shadow Moon Valley, and the Tanarn Jungle. They are all complete. Level 30 is there. We hit level 30. If you haven't hit level 30, you've missed a load, because there is so much to explore in this. Next, Eastern Kingdoms. I personally wanted to save time. Hearthstone to Ogrimmar meant that I could just do Kalimdor. Save time travelling to the Eastern Kingdoms anyway. I wish I'd thought and remembered this when it came to the last part, well, one of the last parts of the challenge. You'll hear in a minute or in a bit. But yeah. So, I did the top half of Durotar, which is where you are in Ogrimmar, obviously, and the Northern Barrens all in one big motion. There is only like a small divide that separates the two, and you can just go back and forth across and across and across and do that. That's fantastic. That's what I did. Then on to the Southern Barrens, Dustwallow Marsh, Thousand Needles, Tanaris, Ungara Crater, Silithus, Varelis, Decilis, Mulgul. I'd probably skip Mulgul It was terrible. He also in the guide recommends to skip it. I didn't see that because I was well into this by this point. And then I had completed the start of the Stone Talon Mountains when I finally hit level 40. I'd skip Mulgore and go straight to the start of the Stone Talon Mountains and probably aim to do the whole of that. It'll be a lot quicker. Anyway, we've done that. One small tip for you guys. Remember, don't go too close to the Alliance flight paths because this happens. Anyway, this was definitely the longest part of it all. I think that Coyote Kyle does say that somewhere between like levels 35 and 38, the amount of XP compared to your levelling requirements really does slow down. So it is the longest part of this whole thing, and it did take me a good maybe hour, probably at least 2 to 3 hours to do this. For him, a lot quicker. Obviously, he did it a lot quicker than I did it, but it did take a long time. So I've got a good few tips to try and get this on ASAP. Fly over everything, and everything. Even if your map appears, when you go on the map and you've discovered something and you can now see a whole zone of the map, even if that happens, there are still areas in that to explore, such as camps, seas, certain sections of castles and zones like marketplaces, precipices, camps, windmills, docks, etc. Just get everything. Do not give yourself a reason to have to go back to places or do more zones than you need. I found that out the hard way, as at the start of this challenge in Northrend, I'd missed a multitude of different things. Like I went round Ice Crown. The minute I got Ice Crown, I fucked off. Don't do that. Go round Ice Crown. There's like 4 or 5 things in there that will give you 1,000 XP each. So you do end up missing that. Next, we move into Legion at level 40. And this gets good. Very, very good. As some of the Legion zones require level 45. Again, that means an XP boost. We mentioned it earlier. It happens again. Unfortunately, I forgot to record any of it, but it was by far the quickest leveling experience I got. I got from level 40 to 51 in no time at all. Now, Coyote Kyle recommends stopping at 50. I got up to 51 just because of how quick we were doing it. So, make sure you go in this order. The Broken Shore, Suramar, Stormheim, High Mountain, Valsharar, and Azuna, in that order. I travelled everywhere and it worked. Level 51 now. Again, another little tip at this stage. If you come across some treasure on your travels, pick it up, because you can sell some of the treasure for gold, which is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic, because guess what? That's the only thing you will be lacking at endgame is gold. You'll have nothing. Now, back to what I'd consider the normal grinding aspect. That means you can either finish off the top of Kalimdor, which I'd completely forgotten about, or travel to the Eastern Kingdoms. I sort of fancied a change anyway, and I went to the Eastern Kingdoms. I'd forgot about just finishing the top of Kalimdor. But yeah, I'd been playing 4.5 hours at this point, and had already completely lost the 3 hours that he'd previously said. I'd completely lost to that challenge. I wasn't doing this. I was rather enjoying myself flying around, and I just, like I say, I wanted to see whether I could at least do the challenge, and it worked, which it did. Bearing in mind, I'm now level 51. I've gone from 10 to 51, which is 41 levels in 4.5 hours, which is ludicrous. I genuinely think this was quicker than the pre-patch event for the War Within. Anyway, flying around the top of the Eastern Kingdoms, I think I travelled to Silvermoon City, made my way to the Ghostlands, and then just flew around from there. We finally hit 60 and were at the last stages of the challenge, Outland. Now, Coyote Kyle specifically recommends this. I did find that I came up a little bit short towards the end of the set. Level 58 was all I got to through the whole of Outland. Maybe I'd missed a few places. Maybe I just wasn't thorough enough, but I decided to finish off by traversing some of the Pandaria, or some of the Pandarian Isles, zones, whatever you want to say. So I hit the Jade Forest, completed the whole of the Jade Forest, jumped into Valley of the Four Winds, and basically fence hopped my way through loads of villages and temples, and finally hit level 70. Now, time to enjoy the war within. But wait. So guys, I finally hit level 70. As you can see down here, level 70 with an earthen character. Now, there is a major problem. You're born naked, you don't have equipment because I didn't do anything at the start of the game. No quests, no killing, nothing. That's an issue, isn't it? That's an issue. We have no gear. I am going to, well, my friend has actually helped me out here completely. Bought all the heirloom gear and a sword and some money I've sent myself since finishing the recording. I have attempted to give myself some gear. He sent me a load of level 80 gear thinking that I'd made it to level 80. I haven't. I've made it to level 70. I know it's not max level, but it's ready for the thing. And actually, I have explored a bit of the map. It doesn't give you any XP for exploring Kaz Algar, so there is no more we can do to get to level 80. That being said, we could try Pandaria. We can finish Pandaria. Can I get another 10 levels out of Pandaria? Maybe Zandalar. Zandalar, Pandaria, and the Dragon Isles. We're going to do it. We're going to go to 80. We are going to achieve 80. I was going to just dungeon my way through to get good gear. I'm going to level to 80 and use his gear. That's a shout. We'll be back when that's done. So, after exploring Pandaria, we were only getting 400 XP, I think, not like 5,500. So, the Dragon Isles it is, and I am going to continue this soon because we are getting about 4,000 XP. Now, this isn't going to get me to level 80. It just isn't going to do it, nor am I going to be able to do anything. So in pops a character I met in the world called Azerit. Thank you, Azerit, if you're... I don't think you're going to be watching this, but if you are watching this, I asked him for a little bit of help just to get 1 or 2 items and basically help me on world quests. The not killing things gone straight out the window because we need gear now. We've done the 10 to 70. Killing things is now on the table. The issue that we have, I can't kill things unless people are helping. I've died about 6 times, by the way, since it's an absolute nightmare, but we have been able to get some gear. Now, you can see me here pick up a helmet. I think we've got a cloak. I'm actually going to quickly run through it myself. We've got a helmet, cloak, a sword, a 2-handed polearm that I can use. I have a trinket and I have legs. I still need feet, belt, wrist, neck, shoulder, chest and wrist, and another sword potentially. So that is something we need to do. I have gone onto the auction house and purchased another... what did I buy? I bought some feet. I can only use them at level 71, so I need to get to at least level 71, which we'll be doing in a second. Then I can put them on, and then hopefully I'm not as squishy. Hopefully then I can jump in 1 or 2 different dungeons and go from there. And this is really going to be the second half of the video, is how are we going to gear, what are we going to do? I might have to just jump in some Battle for Azeroth dungeons and or the Shadowlands dungeons, or just try and queue for something and scam my way through some dungeons. So I had made it to level 71 by exploring the whole of the Dragon Isles. Can't really do much more than this at the moment, so I went ahead and equipped the boots, did some world quests. So yeah, I've started killing and doing quests now. You sort of have to. Got a few trinkets, got a few items, and equipped them. So yeah. So that is going to end off today's video. We have officially hit level 71. I am not the best geared character in the world. I've got a helmet, back, no chest. I still need chest, shoulder and neck. That's like the major one. I've got some grey level gear here. I got legs, feet, 2 trinkets and actually the same pole arm. You know what, it's good enough for Dragonflight. I mean, I'm killing things relatively easily, which means I'm tempted to jump into the war within and just see if I can get some half decent gear from there. That being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. This has been a whole revelation for me. Try and plan accordingly if you're going to go and do this. And, well, let's just see. We've now played officially for 9 hours, so it's taken me almost twice as long to... Where is this? Up there. Why not? Why not end by killing an elite? Yeah, so it's taken me almost twice as long to get just some base level gear. I also still have no idea how to play warrior, so don't do this. Or at least do this on a character you know how to play at a minimum. Don't do this on a brand new one. So 2 elites that have just popped. Who knows? Let's go ahead to Northrend. Not Northrend. Quest incomplete. Feet plate brutal tramplers. Oh, this is one we did yesterday. Maybe it's going to give me exactly the same thing I've already got. Or if it gives me better feet, then I'm going to be fuming. But I'm going to sell everything else that I've got. I don't need it. And I'm going to start the war within. That'll be fun. This geezer. Well, I'm not dying, which is a good sign. Yeah, there we go. What do we get? Where is it? What did we get? Oh, literally nothing. Okay, cool. So, hope you guys have enjoyed. Catch you later. Bye.